Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive with us. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, but from a purely technical standpoint.
Okay.
We're going to try to break down what's happening both in the short term,
Okay.
like if we're looking at the daily charts and then kind of zoom out and see what's going on,
Right.
more long term on the monthly charts.
Sounds good.
Our source for this deep dive is a technical analysis report from 10x Research, dated November 14th, 2024.
Right.
So no opinions, no hype, just the facts.
Love it.
The report leads with a pretty bold statement.
Okay.
They say Bitcoin might be at a potential top right now, so that's got to get your attention right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure.
What in the charts is making them say that?
Well, they really stress this idea of risk reward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically how much potential profit is there compared to the potential for things to go south.
Right.
And right now, those signals are flashing yellow, maybe even orange.
For Bitcoin?
Yeah, for Bitcoin.
Okay.
One of the big reasons is what technicians call overbought indicators.
Overbought indicators. Now, for those listening who might not be, super technical traders, can you break that down a bit?
Sure.
What does overbought even mean?
Well, you can think of it like a car engine that's been revving too high for too long.
Okay.
Eventually, it needs to cool down, or you risk damaging it.
Right.
In this case, the report points to three specific indicators. The RSI, the CCI, and stochastics.
Okay.
And these are all, calculations based on Bitcoin's price movements.
Gotcha.
And right now, all three of them are suggesting that Bitcoin's price has kind of gotten ahead of itself.
Uh-huh.
So to stick with the analogy, the engine's overheating a little bit.
So if the engine's overheating, does that mean we might be in for like a breakdown, a correction in the price?
Exactly. Yeah, a correction in price.
Yeah.
They even give an example from earlier this year, back in March 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin's price surged way above its normal trend line by about $20,000.
Wow.
And then, boom, it lost momentum and corrected. And the analysts at 10x Research are saying the same thing is happening right now.
Interesting. Okay, so if I'm watching Bitcoin, and kind of following along here,
Yeah.
what price levels should I be paying attention to in the short term?
Right.
Are there any specific numbers to keep an eye on?
Yeah, they highlight $90,000 as a critical level.
Okay.
If Bitcoin closes below $90,000, that would be a big bearish signal.
Okay.
It means the price is breaking down from its current support.
I see.
On the flip side, they point to $75,000 as the level to watch for a breakout.
Okay.
If the price stays above that, it's still in a bullish trend.
So it's kind of like a fence then.
Yeah, think of it like that.
Above 90,000, the bulls are in control.
Right?
Below 75,000, the bears are winning.
Yep.
But what about right now we're in between those two numbers?
Right.
What does the report say about that?
They call it indecision price action.
Indecision.
Yeah. There was a failed attempt to break through 91,000 recently, which makes things tricky,
Right.
Basically, it's a coin toss right now.
Go.
Either we rally from here or we see a retracement, meaning a pullback in price.
In which way do they think that coin's going to land?
They don't explicitly say, but they definitely emphasize the risk in the current market.
Okay.
So reading between the lines, it seems like they're leaning towards a retracement in the short term.
Okay, so daily charts are looking a bit shaky.
Yeah, a little bit.
But we know that markets don't move in a straight line.
Of course not.
So what happens when we zoom out and we look at the longer term, the weekly and monthly charts?
Right.
Does that change the picture at all?
It absolutely does.
Okay.
In fact, it gets pretty interesting. The daily charts are giving us all these caution signals, right? But the weekly charts are telling a completely different story.
Really? So what are the weekly charts saying then?
Well, according to the report, all three of the weekly reversal indicators they track are pointing towards a big run.
So we've got short-term indicators saying things might be getting toppy, but long-term indicators suggesting the bull market is still strong.
They point out that Bitcoin has had what they call a parabolic move recently.
Okay.
And that's a fancy way of saying the price has gone up very, very quickly.
Right.
And those kinds of moves, while exciting,
Yeah.
are rarely sustainable.
I see.
They recommend locking in some profits.
What about the monthly charts? What kind of story are they telling us?
Well, they're a bit more of a mixed bag. The monthly reversal indicators aren't as uniformly bullish as the weekly ones.
Interesting.
In fact, they point out that momentum is lagging compared to the previous bull markets we saw in 2017 and 2020.
Lagging momentum. What does that mean, like in plain English?
Basically, it means the price is going up, but it's not accelerating as quickly as it did during those past bull runs.
Okay.
It's like we're jogging uphill instead of sprinting.
Huh. So maybe not as much FOMO this time around.
That could be one interpretation.
Okay.
But they do highlight one very specific price level to watch on the monthly chart,
Okay.
$91,381.
Got it.
A close above that level would be a very strong bullish signal.
Okay.
Below that, things get a little more uncertain.
So 91,381 is like the magic number on the monthly chart.
You could say that.
If we close above that, it's party time.
Not quite party time, but it
Yeah.
would definitely be a sign of strength.
Okay.
They even suggest using a hard stop below that level.
A hard stop. What's that mean for someone who's not, a professional trader?
Sure, it's basically a safety net.
Okay.
It means setting a sell order for your Bitcoin below that $91,381 level. That way, if the price does drop significantly,
Right.
you automatically sell and you limit your losses.
Gotcha.
It helps you manage the risk.
Okay, starting to get a feel for the risk management side of things here.
Yeah, for sure.
So to recap, we got these conflicting signals.
Right.
Daily charts, cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Weekly charts, bullish.
Yep.
Monthly charts, somewhere in between.
Right in the middle.
Right.
What they do say, and I think this is really important for anyone listening, is that the market is overextended but can remain so.
That sounds a bit cryptic.
Yeah.
What does that mean, like in practical terms?
It means even though Bitcoin looks like it might be due for a correction,
Right.
based on those short-term indicators,
Yeah.
there's no guarantee that will happen right away.
Okay.
Markets can stay irrational longer than you might expect. It's
Well,
like a balloon that keeps inflating.
even though you think it's about to pop.
Exactly.
So even though some of the signs are pointing to a potential top,
Yeah.
this bull run might not be over just yet.
That's one very real possibility.
Okay.
And I think that's the key takeaway from this whole analysis. It's not about trying to predict exactly what Bitcoin is going to do next.
Right.
It's about understanding the risks and managing your own expectations.
Right, because at the end of the day, no one has a crystal ball.
Nope.
This report has been incredibly helpful for laying out, all the facts.
For sure.
Both the bullish and the bearish signals.
Absolutely.
But, as you said earlier, technical analysis is just one piece of the puzzle.